I gotta move on. This next comic, so funny. Hosts one of the best open mics every Friday at my father's place. Does a showcase there once a month. Feel free to check it out. I want you to make it loud for Michael Phelps!
Oh, yeah, one more time for Lucas Kopp, everybody. Lucas Kopp and his fucking pervy dad. Yep, foot stuff. Come on. Foot stuff. He's into it. Lucas was talking about doing gay stuff to get laid by a woman, and I have 100% done that. One time, I lived in Japan for a while and was hanging out with 2 Irishmen and 2 Japanese women, and we found out one of the Japanese women, who's Lucas's age, 25, shocker, she was like, I've never French kissed anybody. And so we were like, that's crazy. And so I just leaned in and was like, I've got an idea. How about we all kiss? And then I made out with 2 Irish guys and did not get laid. So it doesn't always work. It doesn't always work. Folks, we live in interesting times. Things are a bit weird in this country, right? We're going through a thing. I think everyone can agree that things are a bit odd right now, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on, whether you're on the left side or the wrong side. I think we can all admit that things are a bit weird, you know? And in these trying times, it's very nice to look around and see some things that are familiar to you, to like bring some soothing to the anxiety around the madness. Like you're walking down the street and you're just like, hey, look at that. JCPenney. Still a nice place for discount apparel. Isn't that warm and comforting that JCPenney is still around making discount clothes? But you know, with all these tariffs driving up the price of materials, they're gonna have to change their name to JC Nickel. Come on, let's go. Come on, JC Nickel. It's dumb, but it's smart. Come on, you've heard of buy one, get one free. How about buy one, get one for twice the price? Yeah, everything sucks, but the slogans still rhyme. That's what's important. That's what the founding fathers felt was truly important, was catchy taglines selling discounted clothes with hacky rhyme schemes. Give me liberty or give me death. Punch it up. Anyway, I'm specifically affected by all this shit because I have spent my entire adult career working at a federally funded nonprofit community health agency that has a large focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion practices. So I really need these jokes to work. I don't really have a backup plan, folks. I figured, hey, government-funded health job, gotta be pretty stable. Who knew that the thing that would pull the rug of stability out from under my feet would be some fucking rich nerd who looks like he shops at JC Nickel? Times are tough. More specifically, what I do, I work in homeless services, doing like outreach on the street, connecting people with resources and getting them into treatment for like mental health and addiction services, and then ultimately, ideally, into housing. And you know what, folks? Everybody used to clap for that. Literally, gotta tell you, it doesn't feel as good when I beg. It does not feel as good when I ask you for applause. It used to be standing ovations and just like supermodels that appear out of thin air and like throw their underwear on stage, followed by a condom with a bunch of holes poked in it. And I'd be like, well, this is a trap I can fall for. Now, when I tell people what I do, they can tell that they're like leaning to their neighbor and they're like, dude, I've seen the tents and tarps outside. I'm pretty sure this guy sucks at his job. But we're trying. We're doing our best, you know. Another thing people do when I tell them what I do is they'll do this thing. They'll go, oh my God, Michael, you're doing the Lord's work. Which if I'm doing the Lord's work, I think it's about time for the Lord to clock on and work a shift. I've been doing the Lord's work for like 11 years at this point. Haven't seen that guy work at all. I don't see God out on the sidewalk passing out socks. I don't think the Lord has washed a single foot since his hippy-dippy son got holes in his hands. So, Plus, with holes in your hands, that's a really great way to wash feet, you know, because that way you can really scrub in between the toes. So I don't know why Mary was doing all the foot washing. But I get into some pretty weird situations at work. Like last summer, I was doing outreach on the street during that big heat wave, bringing people like water, cooling towels, fans and stuff to keep people safe. And I was talking to this one guy in a pickup truck, and I'll be totally transparent with all of you. He was blatantly smoking heroin off of tinfoil right in front of my eyes, which I'm not one to judge. That's not my job. My job's not to judge people. It's just to, you know, keep people safe. So as I was handing him a bottle of frozen water, he exhaled and blew a big old hit of heroin right into my face. Oh, shit. And that's when I had to stop and be like, dude, what are you doing? I can't accept tips. I'm at work right now. Here's my card, though. Call me after 5 o'clock. We might be accepting donations. I got one more thing. This is a thing that we have to do in homeless services every year. It's an assignment from the Department of Housing and Urban Development. So who knows if it'll be around next year. We might not have to do it again. But it's this thing called the point-in-time count, where social workers from across the nation go out and like gather demographic info and count amounts of homeless people. It's kind of a little like HUD's census for the unhoused. You know, they're knocking on doors, we're knocking on tents, so it's all the same. But I know that it sounds kind of mundane, but what it looks like in real time is me and my team pulling up to encampments in an unmarked white van, and then we all pop out holding clipboards. And we have to go up to people who we've never met, a lot of whom have paranoid schizophrenia, and just go up to these people and be like, well, hey, stranger, do you mind giving me a bunch of your personal information right now? Oh, dude, there's no reason to be paranoid. It's for the government. Yeah, we're going to put your info into a database so that we can track you. But hey, guess what? I've got a pair of socks for you to make up for it. Does that sound good? So that's the Lord's work, folks. Hey, you guys have been a lot of fun. Enjoy the rest of the show. You got a great lineup ahead of you. Thank you so much.